Live from the street, Too Cool Chris, Jagger Ranks, and the Skywalker.
Alrighty then. So we are back. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, and as promised, we said we are going to bring the honorable, I won't get the title right there, the honorable minister of, you gotta give me the portfolio somebody.
Sports, culture, creative industry.
Youth, sports, culture, and creative industry.
Creative industry.
How they say tourism?
Yeah, I don't know how I said that.
Your mind on Kishore too much, yeah?
Yeah, you might not Keyshawn. So Mr. Cupid.
Yes.
Minister Cupid is here this morning. Good morning and welcome. First time?
Yeah,
First time.
first time.
You like to be
First
called
time,
Mr. Cupid
First time
or
in the
Shaka?
studio. It doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah?
But first of all, let me say a pleasant morning to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's great being here. Well, for the first time in studio, but not in the building actually.
Yeah?
No man.
No, man. No. I
Came
think you
here-
would come
Been
up
in the
here.
building lots of times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
came here
yeah,
before.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me say morning to the listeners across St. Vincent and the Grenadines and those in the diaspora. I know you have a wide following overseas too, so it's, as I said, it's wonderful to be here this morning.
Well, you've been in office, what, about 90 days now?
Probably
give or take.
80, well, when you round it off, yeah, about 90.
How you adjusted that though? From a public life,
Mhm.
which is that IRD, to now a political life, that transformation. How you adjusted that?
I think it was quite natural for me because getting into politics, I knew beforehand what I was really getting into,
Right.
And public, it's not different from public service life. Just the difference is the level of responsibility.
Right.
Now, I was a civil servant for like about 23 years prior to my victory at the polls. And that basically laid the foundation for my transition into active politics. Now, as a civil servant, your duty is to serve the public.
Right.
And that set the foundation for my, well, I would say natural advancement towards political life, because I started at the Customs and Excise Department in 2002. As a matter of fact, I was home, not working close to a year after completing my college education. That was obviously a difficult time. I was a young man, and it was very frustrating having gone through the education system. And well, I don't know if it's coincidence, but that is the same year the former administration came to office when I finished my college education, and no jobs were available at the time then. Well, jobs were there, but I just
Didn't want what was there.
successful.
Right.
Yeah. But fate had a different calling for me. I was eventually employed at the Customs and Excise Department. I started on July 4th, well, actually the 2nd, 2002.
Okay.
So Conrad give you your first job?
Comrade didn't give me. Maybe if he had the choice to handpick me, he would not have.
No, let me ask you, were you always NDP or like a lot of people, you were maybe on the ULP train in the beginning?
No. I was never on any ULP train. I was not really about party.
Right.
But it was more about country. And I go back to my college days too. And we, in my early college days, like 99, 2000, we discussed a number of political issues back then. And at that particular time in the country's development, we figured as youngsters that we're under one particular rule for so long. We never experienced any change in government or any administration. And we felt at the time that the country needed some level of change. And I mean, as you know, the rest is history.
Are Vincentians predisposed to giving governments a long time? We gave Mitchell
well, history would say that
17 years.
17, 25, and
Right.
hopefully we could probably do about 30, 35 this time.
But in reality, that's not healthier.
No, it's not healthy. But what is consistent, is there's been one leader, one prime minister throughout that tenure, and I believe over time, because the demands are so great now, people are more aware, you have more access to information, the quality of the information and persons are generally informed to make informed decisions. So if the government is not performing, there's a high probability and likelihood that,
they're going to be less patient.
Electorate would
less patient.
make their decision, And,
right.
How you feeling it now? From responses again from the electorate now and the people now? What do you think?
Well, from the election, our mandate was clear. When you have a 14-1 overwhelming majority, that states, well, the people are fully in support.
Right.
But currently the climate, well, I don't really follow social media that much, but I know there's a lot of talk going around as to some of the decisions that were made in relation to some of the boards, right? And as I said, the demands are great, and the expectations are obviously high. And we as politicians, in government, we have targets on our backs, and it's imperative that we perform at a high level. And what is great for us, we have a number of youthful colleagues. I have a number of youthful colleagues, and we are really enthusiastic about really making a difference, and that is what we really signed up for. Chris, once you're mentally prepared for this moment, obviously challenges will come, but we are a party that we embrace challenges, and our ultimate goal is to ensure that the people are served to the best of our abilities, and our decisions are people-centered. You would hear that from the Prime Minister time and time again. There are a number of less fortunate people in this country, and our goal is to ensure that they do not suffer at the end of the day. They are our priority. Back to the grassroots.
Do you think supporters deserve some retribution? You think that's a legitimate desire of some of your supporters?
Well, it's natural for human beings to feel that way, especially supporters when your party been in opposition for such a long time.
And do you feel any obligation to give them that, or?
Well, our mandate is about togetherness, and
but your supporters don't really want to hear that, though.
No. I understand. It's quite natural, as I said, we've been in opposition for such a long time, and your natural instinct as a human being would be to not necessarily vengeance, but I gotta see how I could naturally benefit from my party being really in office and being in power. You can't fault people for some of the decisions they make, the way in which they feel, and I am obviously empathetic to them too, because fortunate for me, I didn't spend a long time in opposition.
Yeah, so the level of bitterness hasn't built up.
I don't feel the level of not necessarily retribution, but you could even go and say some of them are actually hurt, because I received a couple calls recently of persons, and these have been die-hard supporters traditionally for decades, and they figure they want to be acknowledged, they want to feel as though their voice is heard, and they want to feel important, and you can't fault them for feeling.
I've seen some like some comments where people were surprised in culture, for example, that you kept on Rodney Small as the CEO of CDC. Pictures of him with a ULP shirt on during the campaign and that kind of thing. Was that a difficult decision?
Not necessarily, because Rodney is a highly talented individual, and we look at it. Well, I personally and the party, we look at the entire picture. It's not about whether you supported ULP in the past or you currently support them or NDP. It's about advancement of the country, and Rodney has a role to play in culture, and by extension, specifically carnival and the other cultural forms. Yeah, and I mean he has his own show steel expressions too for a number of years. So he has proven himself that he has the talent and the capability to really advance culture in the country. And why would you play politics with that? And I believe in being neutral and giving everybody a chance to really prove themselves.
Have you gotten like heat for that?
Well, as I said, I'm not sure, but probably social media. But
social media heat.
I believe it. I mean, give people the chance to prove themselves. If they fail, we would make the adjustment and take it as in strides. And I mean, Rodney is excited because we have had a number of conversations, and there's a new board as you know. There are some changes that have been made, necessary changes, I must say, and I know members because I've spoken to them, and they're excited to really promote the carnival and ensuring that we have an exciting and a really worthwhile Vinci Mass this year.
I mean, I guess just to conclude that, I don't think the previous government would have taken that same path.
Oh, well, I guess not, because it's all about politics to them, right? I know the political side of it is important, but you have to look at the entire picture. You gotta put country first before anything else. And as I said, Rodney has a role to play in culture, and going forward he would be an integral part of the CDC.
So what can we expect different for Carnival this year?
Well, I probably would let the cat out of the bag. I don't wanna preempt anything, but I would say though, we have had discussions, both of us, and one thing is gonna be interesting and be exciting for the entire country is the return of the wet fet, and we could say that categorically.
Why we need some gunshots and things for that, boy.
So it is back as in definitely back on.
The man right in front of you, Chris.
No, well, you demand to talk too. I mean, he can always say no, but
he has been granted the approval for the facility.
Right. All right, so this is the official saying.
Back.
H2O
is
back.
Yeah.
All right, my big boy. This is a 48.
Lots of innovations.
Yeah, this is a 48. This is a 48. All right, I started to like him now. Yeah. I started to like him now. Yeah, I started to like him now. Yeah. You know, that's a sidestep. That's a small sidestep. Yeah. As it relates to sports, what is in store now for youth and sports? As it relates to the NDP government now?
Well, we have something called the orange economy, which includes youth, sports, and the creative industry. And we campaigned heavily on this particular pillar. Right. Now, youth development is critical for us as a country. And as you all know, we have the YES program.
Right.
But we intend to restructure the YES program and partner with the private sector, because we realize that there's a shortage of TVET, the technical skills that our youths really possess, and we want to prepare our youths for the job market. So the youth empowerment program that is essential. For sports now, sports need a complete restructuring, a complete overhaul. The department needs that, and that is one of the first things I intended to do. I re-advertised the post for the coordinator. A decision would be made shortly, and in order for sports to be successful, we first must understand the importance and the critical role sport plays to the development of a country. And I must say that the previous administration had no clue about that. Now, sports brings a lot of people together. And I was in a conversation with a friend of mine recently, and she told me, she said, Shaka, sports could basically keep the current administration in office for an extended period. And my portfolio is so diverse, and I understand the critical importance it plays to national development and also sustainable development, sustainability.
Just hold that thought. We're going to run some ads, and then we'll come back on the sports, because a lot of us have always wondered why sports has seemed to take a downturn under the previous government, and why? Well, because it, as you said, it seems to be an issue that you could keep you in government for an extended period. It's something that we all, well, not all, but a lot of us enjoy, a lot of us partake in. It's healthy.
It's all about priorities and a look.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you don't prioritize something, what you would do, you would obviously turn your back.
All right, hold that thought. When we come back, we will we'll touch sports.